My name is Dr. CherylMeier, and this is Ghosted Part 2. Only like 4 days, 5 days after I did that sad personal video. Oh my gosh, my therapist friends are like, no, 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 you ought to not post that. But I kind of want people to know what it's like in the middle of that feeling, you know? And so this is a few days later, and I'm feeling so good about life, and genuinely, like, my girlfriends came through and talked to me and told me about more experiences that they had being ghosted. Part 1, I talked about being ghosted while I was in the middle of being ghosted, and still ghosted by the same friend, which is, it's fine. They're living their own life, so people can choose to be however they want. We get to choose what kind of life that we want to create for ourselves. And so how we still continue to heal and to move on is to find what's fun. Learn how to live at ease in your life. We don't have to have this crazy power struggle all the time. And I mean, I teach my clients, so this is more professional side of me, is I teach my clients that when we're in this one down position where we're waiting for the other person to show up and we think we need this thing to happen or else we're never going to get better, we just put ourselves in the parent-child position again. So we see ourselves as a child instead of an equal peer, and I am equal. And so like sometimes when something happens where you're expecting something and it doesn't come through, you go back to when you're a child and you had to wait for your parents to like come and feed you or bring you food or bring you nurturing or love, or it can put your brain back in that state where you're feeling like, I'm dependent on this. But you're not dependent on this. You never were dependent on this. It's not true. Just your mind was triggered into seeing yourself as a helpless child again, waiting for love. You know, I realized so many things after that last video. And believe me, I have done a lot of therapy, and I've been a psychologist for 20 years now. So I have, I love what I do, and I love helping people, and I love applying it in my own life, and to continue to learn. And so that experience that I had sort of had to go through me. Like, if I fought it, it would just keep fighting for longer. Once I let it pass through me, it's out. It's really out. I'm like, bye-bye. Like, that's too bad that you missed out on the continuation of this friendship, because, you know, like, oh well. So it's learning how to shift the energy, or however you understand it. It's okay, I accept this message. The message that's coming in is this person is choosing to be silent. And if I choose to understand myself that I deserve to be communicated with, and, you know, unless there's really a real emergency, not a made-up one in our own minds, then I get to choose that. You get to choose that. You get the choice. You know, is we can choose to move on and just go, oh, okay, this person's choosing not to communicate, and I'm a person that defines myself as someone that is worth communicating with and not ghosting, and so therefore, goodbye. That's fine. Our paths cross here, because I'm done with that kind of behavior. I'm not interested in it. I'm just not invested in that. I'm not interested in it. So there you go. There you go. This is part 2. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you need to know. Not need to, but, you know, it's important to come back into your own being self, your own understanding, your own knowledge that there's so much life to live. Like, engage, connect with beauty, follow love, follow whatever makes you truly alive, you know? And like, my passion, one of my passions, is to get knowledge out to people so that your life can be better and your life can be healed and you can have freedom and you can not stay in old patterns. And I also like being authentic. And so, oh, like, I have that video unlisted right now of part 1. So just keep taking it off, and I'll put it back on, I think. because I was just so much in pain in the middle of that. But I wanted to do that. Oh my gosh. But I'm trying to think what else. So live life. What happens is like you trust that God or the universe or your intuition or however you understand it right now, because I don't want to, try to make you understand reality in a certain way. It's like you're living your own life. But what happened is just allowing and trusting, wait a second, the same God and universe or whatever beautiful life that brought me to what I thought was a good friendship. And I made all sorts of other good friendships that did last after this trip that I was on. I was on a mystical trip, and it was just amazing, amazing, amazing experiences. I'm never going to discount the experiences that I had. Brought me really, really good friendships and people that are engaging, and they're still engaging, and they're lovely, lovely people. And so it's kind of like the same universe that brought me to such amazing places that I went to in Turkey and such amazing experiences that I had that caused me to grow and shed my ego and expand and let go of a lot of old limited thinking, brought me to that experience. And that experience actually woke me up to a lot of other similar experiences that I didn't realize I had going on, playing. It's like a record playing in my life. And so that experience helped me see, oh, wait a second. That's an old track. That's an old record that's been playing in my life. And I can take that record off and stop playing it. And so it's like, what a gift. What a gift to see the contrast, of life when I'm centered in my own being and loving love and loving being in love. I call it being in love, where you're living in the middle of this loving place. We don't need another person to get us to that place. Like, you just engage in loving experiences, like loving, like what I was saying before, like thanking, loving being alive, loving nature, loving walking, loving being present with other people, loving being present in this present moment. So where was I though? Let me get back to my thought. Is when you can get back to that beauty and that knowing within yourself that you can be in this loving place, and you can choose to let go of people that might have seemed like they were joining you in that place at the time, fine, but take the experience, and if they're not in that place anymore, that they don't have to be in that place. Maybe they're in an insecure place or whatever. I don't have to worry. Like, I wish them well. I wish whoever well, but appreciate the lesson that came up, because it unearthed like this last part of a record that was playing in my life that I was already ready not to keep repeating it, and it just like glared in my face that this was the last remnant of that. And so thank you. Like, moving on, it's like if someone ghosts you again, then it's like, oh, they texted you, you texted back, and they didn't text anymore. And then it's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter, because that's the end of the conversation. You get to move on and stay in this place of love and freedom and kindness. Always, always kindness and sweetness and tenderness, gentleness towards yourself, towards your own being, like embracing who you are, loving who you are. Then other people will be drawn to that. They'll come, they'll show up, because we are like magnets, and you get to this genuinely happier place, which matches your true being, The other state was like, wait, is that person's definition of me my true being? And then you're confused and you're out of your centered state, because it's not your true self. And then this is just coming back into resonance with who you truly are. Like, we are spark of God. Like, I'm standing by that. And this is back into your true state. And so it's a state of like harmony and happiness. And anyway, I'm just so happy to have learned this lesson, and I'm like if you know my friends or you knew me, you know I'm so sincere right now. I'm not just putting on, you know, a video. Just, I wish you love, and let's keep working on this. All right, take care.